vlog. Welcome to my guys. Shout down.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome to my side of YouTube and to my mini corner of the internet. So for today's video, I hope to make it short and sweet, but I feel like it may drag on because today's video is based off habits, the good and the bad. I'll probably start with the bad habits, then the good habits, just so we can end on like a good, happy note. And I felt like this was the perfect time to do some sort of self-reflection. Again, I'm not going to list all my habits. Like, I don't
want you guys knowing too much of my business, but still.
I believe it covered most of the things I noticed of myself. And again, sometimes it's good to ask a third party, you know, someone that watches you. Because again, you don't necessarily have the best idea of what you do sometimes because you're the one doing it. If you don't know, I volunteer at a charity shop close to me. And guys, I was so happy when they gave me a Christmas card and a gift card, especially because I started working there like, it's not even been up to 3 months, I don't believe. So I just felt so touched, like, oh, you guys see me as one of you, like. And also because, one, I actually needed that £10 gift card. I feel like because I've done so much shopping for people, especially because gift giving is one of my top love languages, I have spent so much money. It is insane.
So we don't have the capacity.
We did what needs to be done, okay? And no one even ask about the state of my bank account. Don't even. As you all can clearly tell, even the quality of this video, that was one of the expenditures. So, you know, do the maths.
Do the mathematics. Thank you.
But anyways, let's get down to today's video. So, bad habits. I'm going to keep it quite concise, but then at the same time, like, I'd explain myself because I feel like certain points may be a bit vague and it's like, what do you mean? So I'll like give you guys a breakdown. So the first one was taking things personally. I feel like I need to word this correctly so I don't give people the wrong impression. So I was recommended a book called The Baits of Satan. I believe that's the name of the book. And it just mostly talks about how you taking offense at stuff and like taking things personally is a sin. Like, it really, I can't explain it to you guys. I feel like you guys need to read the book, but it really goes into where it uses obviously Bible verses and etc. And the more I read it, the more convicted I felt, because I was like, that's me. That is me. And I don't know what it is. I feel like gradually, because at the time of writing the list, I believe it was like, you know, a while back, but gradually I've come to like detach from things. And as someone who like, I get very attached to people, it's really hard for me to not take things personally, even though I know they don't want to take, like, even though I know that's not what they mean. It's just my overthinking brain just like starts to come up with different, you know, negative ideas, I believe. And it's like, oh, how would they do that to me? Like, I would never do that to them. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it just leads me down the very wrong path. So I'm working on that. I feel like I'm learning to detach and I'm getting better at it because I get attached to people so much, and especially because I like my circle small, it's just really hard for me to detach because it's like, wow, I thought I had an idea. I thought I had a perception. I thought I was a good judge at the time, but then I wasn't. So it's like, damn, that also hurts my ego a little bit. So that's the first one. The second one is doom scrolling on TikTok now. Last week, I did like a 1 week without TikTok. And normally when I see people say, oh, they go on social media, they're like, oh, I got social media, the air felt cleaner, and you know, it was just fresh, life was good, I was glowing, my skin cleared up, rah, rah, rah.
Guys, I did my 1 week and I felt the same.
I felt the same. And then I spoke to Esme about it and she was like, yeah, that's because some of these people, their entire lives revolve around their phone. Some of them don't be touching grass. Some of them don't be leaving their house. They bed rot, scroll on TikTok, scroll on TikTok. Sometimes they even miss lunch, dinner. And then they wonder why they dropped the phone and all of a sudden the world became more colorful. The world became brighter. And I was like, you have a point. You have a point. I was never the kind of person where I just like shut myself in because of my phone and I don't do... I've never been that kind of person. I would take a walk where, if anything, I prefer walking sometimes to get in public transport. Like, if it's 20 minutes walk, if it's 30 minutes, put your headphones in and walk. Why everyday taxi? I'm not a taxi girly pop, okay? I'm not. But anyways, you know, to each their own. So she was like, yeah, that's why you wouldn't feel any different because you're doing the exact same thing you did. You just spent more time doing them. I was like, you're right. I have hobbies. I touch grass. I have work. And I feel like, especially now that I started working, there's hardly time to use your phone. Really and truly, there's hardly time. If anything, nowadays, I literally go on TikTok to search for specific things or movie edits. Guys, the first day I deleted TikTok and I watched a really good movie, guys, I was itching. My leg was bouncing. I was like, I need to see an edit right now, because them editors on TikTok, they go crazy. I feel like TikTok 15 minutes of the day or 20 minutes of the day is no problem. Is when you're spending 5 hours, spending 3 hours, even spending 2 hours, when you have other stuff to do. It's like, you could be more productive. You could have done so much more, and you just, do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's where it becomes a bit questionable. So it's like, personally, I have time limits on like Instagram and TikTok, for example. So I don't be spending longer than an hour. And that's combined even. So if I spend an hour on TikTok, no Instagram for me that day. So it's really a sacrificial, it's a, give and take situation with social media for me. And if anything, I prefer using social media to communicate. Like, send a funny TikTok to my friends. I like to laugh. Like, I love to laugh on TikTok. If I'm not laughing, I scroll away. And then again, some of you be consuming stuff that you know is detrimental to you. If you know you get insecure so quickly and you're liking bikini pictures of ladies with the flipping six-pack, the abs, every time you open TikTok, obviously the algorithm is going to give you those pictures, and then you sit there deep in life, you become depressed, you spiral, you start being insecure. Why are you doing that to yourself? Because at the end of the day, it's a phone. Like, it's a phone. Why am I letting this small device control me to the point that these people don't even know I exist, but all of a sudden, bam, I need... Anyways. No, please. As we go into 2026, especially because I've grown, I'm actually 20, pushing 21. Like, why? So yeah, like, I've definitely improved on that. But I think it's mostly because of work. But let's hope I keep this routine up when I go back to uni. That's the plan. Third one is music. At the start of the year, my goal was to reduce my listening time, because my Spotify listening hours last year was 120 something, I believe. It was 168,000. listening minutes, not hours, I think. And this year it went down to 90, and I was so proud of myself, guys. I am still so proud of myself. I was like, wow, look at me, because I felt like at the time I wasn't spending quiet time with God, which I feel has definitely increased. It's not where I wanted to be, but I can sit in silence. I can do stuff in silence. I was just like, wow, go me. So that was one thing I really wanted to, work on. And it was a really bad habit, because at the time I didn't realize it was such a bad habit. And I didn't realize the intimacy I was lacking in my spiritual life, because I was just, and it wasn't like I was listening to bad songs. Like, half the time it's Christian music, but still, it's like, listen to God himself talk to you. Like, actually shut it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the next one was going to bed with my phone. Now, I'm still working on this. I feel like I tend to like either read books, read a manhwa, more reading than watching stuff to go to bed. I don't know why that is. I feel like sometimes when it's time for me to go to bed, because I'm so awake and I'm not as exhausted as I should be, I just tend to like read something, and it's like, oh, at least I'm doing something with the time than just tossing and turning on my bed. And then obviously my eyes start to close and then I go to sleep, which isn't right, because apparently blue light, the light that you're, consuming from the phone, messes up your sleeping cycle anyways. So it's like I'm trying to fix
My sleep or fall asleep with something that messes up with my sleep, which makes no sense, does it?
So we're working on that. Because I don't know why I do it. I need to sleep quick. I have things to do. So anyways, that's that one. And then we have speaking unkind words to myself. I feel like the thing with me is, the new way I think anyways, or the way I want to start thinking is, if I wouldn't say that to someone else, why would I say that to myself? But sometimes I'm walking around or I'm in the kitchen and, I'm being a bit clumsy and I drop something and I'm like, oh, why would you do that? That's so stupid. Like, why can't you hold something? Why can't you just, stay still? And it's like, I wouldn't say that if my friend dropped something. I'll be like, oh, it's fine. So why don't I treat myself with the same kindness I treat other people? And that was like that's the thing that's been on my mind. And it's like, yeah. So I need to learn to say more positive words to myself, because again, there's power in the tongue. Like, at the end of the day, what you say is what you become. So it's like, why would I say stuff like that to myself when I would be nicer to someone else? So I need to start treating myself with more care, be more mindful of what I think and say about myself. Think and say. Because yeah, you're not saying it, but you're thinking it. No. Another bad habit of mine, I don't know if it's more bad habit or like a bad, I don't know, pattern or thought process, is me like easily being influenced by other people, which is another reason why I reduce my TikTok time. And another reason why I'm getting bored of TikTok, in the sense that back in the days, we listen to people we respect, and not just any person on the streets. So if someone that doesn't do makeup comes and tells me, oh, you need to do XYZ to your makeup,
why would I listen to you?
don't do makeup. So why should I listen to someone who has no knowledge, no skill, no experience in the area that clearly I'm probably more experienced in? And I feel like that's what we do on TikTok. You listen to anything anyone says. And even me, like, I realized that, like, people just be talking, oh, you should do this, you should do XYZ, or da-da-da-da. And it's like,
Hold on a second. Do you know what you're talking about?
it's like, wow, like, people don't be checking the credibility of their sources. They just listen to what people say on TikTok and take it as, boom, that's the word, that's the holy grail. If they've said it, that's how it is. Why? For books and like movies and shows, why do I always need to make sure someone else has said, oh, it's a good book, then read the book, or oh, it's a good this, then watch the movie, when I could just read whatever I like anyways? And it's like it was subconsciously like influencing me, in the sense that if, for example, I was browsing books to like download and to read, I look at the book and be like, oh no, I saw someone comment that, oh, this was bad, so now in my head it's so bad, even though it probably wouldn't have been if I had just read it myself. Because again, people have very different tastes. Just because she didn't like it doesn't mean I wouldn't like it. But I just realized it was really influencing my choices, and again, had to reduce it. I had to be like, I need to be myself and be my own person. My last one. This one people have actually pointed out to me, so it's like I'm actually a bit, watching stuff on 2x speed. Guys, I can't explain it to you. So normally when I watch shows, watch anything, especially on my laptop, YouTube, I can't watch it in normal speed. I have to speed it up. And I don't know why that is. I have to speed it up because, like, to me, everyone just talks so slow. And it's like, why are you talking that slow? Like, everything on normal speed just sounds like, that's so slow. I don't know why. It just... And I don't know when this started. I can't even tell you when. It's gradually, I've just realized I watch everything on 2x speed. I've reduced that now. It's not completely gone. It depends on the video, I guess. Like, it depends on what I'm watching. But even then, sometimes, can't lie, 2x speed. And I feel like in my head, I guess like if I watch it quicker, I spend less time. So let's say, I don't know, a 2-hour movie. I can watch it in 1.5 hours and then use the other half an hour to do something more productive. So in my head, it's like I'm speeding it up. I'm still being entertained. I'm still understanding what's going on. It's still the same feeling. But then I've just done that faster and then I can be more productive. I feel like that's my thought process for that. But then people just go, but then just don't watch it in the first place. It's like, I do want to watch it, but I just don't want to spend that long watching it. And yeah. But then another thing is because I feel like sometimes people just be repeating themselves. Like, I know it's like, oh, you need to get your watch hours, you want to get paid, but like, move on. You're saying the same thing 5 different times. Why? So those are my bad habits, guys. If you guys know how I can fix any, drop them in the comments below. If you don't know how I can fix it, just like the video and keep it stepping. Thank you so much. So now on to the good. Yay. Happy times. I feel like I've been able to create a routine. And I feel like as someone who went to boarding school in Nine, where everything was very like routine and everything was very strict on timing, I have sort of just come to adopt that lifestyle. Like, I like a bit of routine, but I don't want it too strict, in the sense that if I'm too strict to myself and I can't maintain the routine, then I just give up on routines. And it's like, now we're back to square zero. That's not. So it's like I have a rough outline as to this is how I'd want the day to go. But I give myself a bit of room. Like, oh, even though, yes, you can do this in 30 minutes, give yourself an hour, just in case. So it's like, okay, yeah, you've done it. And then you move on. I'd be happier and feel more motivated if like, oh, I gave myself an hour, but I did it in half an hour. Like, yay, So I have like a nice little routine that's a bit loose, but still there. And I've been able to keep up. It's just easier to keep up. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, if you're... Anyways... Again, I'm not trying to judge people, so let me just keep my mouth shut. So, another thing, spending time with God. Guys, I've truly improved. Like, I literally started a hermeneutics course, and technically it's where they teach you how to read, interpret, and preach the Bible, like, to people. And, like, Because again, like, I feel like sometimes because I'm so insecure in like public speaking and just like talking to people in general about like God, I just felt, why not just, study and like do a course on it. And yeah, it's a free course on somewhere called biblicaltraining.org.uk or .co.com. I don't know what it is. I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere. But yeah, lovely lesson by Todd Miles, I believe, and he's been teaching it so well. And I feel like another thing is because most times when you see Bible verses and it being interpreted, people in the comments always saying, oh, you're taking it out of context, you need to consider context. And I'm like, I will know the context by force, by fire. Because again, I don't want to misinterpret the word of God and lead people astray. Because then that's on my head. It's literally in the Bible. It literally says that that's on your head. So please.
My head is very small. Can only take so much. Thank you.
So yeah, I've been spending time with God, reading my word. Obviously, again, sometimes I fall off. But again, I truly feel that your journey with Christ can't be straight. If you think it's straight, you're lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. You have your ups and you have your downs. It's part of the journey. Again, to me, the most important thing is you keep getting up. You keep trying. You keep going. When you give up, that's when it's like, keep trying. No matter how you feel or you've backslid, please, Moses killed someone. If you haven't killed someone, keep a step in. If you have, you'll be forgiven. Why are we making it? This is why the Bible has stories. There's a reason. These people lived. They lived on this earth. Obviously, it was back in the days, culture and everything was there, but they lived. They were human beings as well. So God knows you will fall, you backslide, you sin, you do this, you do that. But the important part is you keep going. You keep saying, God, actually, being intentional. And it's the effort. I feel like we live in a world where all they want to see is the results. They don't care how you got there. They didn't care like, oh, she's now a millionaire. They didn't care the past 10 years you were living in your dad's basements to be a millionaire. No. They only care big story. Boom, she's a millionaire. Millionaire 30, millionaire 26. And that's all they care about. God doesn't focus on the result when he sees the effort. So yeah, your result may not look 10 out of 10 like, some of the people that have been on their work with Christ. But the important thing is you keep going, you keep coming back, and you keep, that's the important part. Be intentional about it. It's the effort. It's the effort. And the results, because when you put in the effort consistently, the results will show. Don't be focused on just the results showing. That's where you'll miss the point. You'll miss the whole, Please keep going. Another good habit, I've actually started doing sports. Badminton, guys, me and badminton have been locked in. I went.
Come rain, come sunshine, come single digit weather.
I've been there and I'm proud of myself and I will keep being there. Okay? What else do I have to say for badminton? I feel like truly, when I go back to uni, I may actually start doing badminton. Stay tuned. And if anyone wants to join me, message me, we'll get together. That will motivate you and motivate me too. Then we have solo dates. I feel like I did more things myself this year. Normally I like to do stuff with people. I still like to do stuff with people. I feel like sometimes people give me energy. It's just the memories as well. It's just like, oh, it just makes the experience 10 times better. Even though the experience was already a 10, it just makes it 100. But I have gone for more solo dates, especially because I'm in a new town and it's like I don't really know people to be going on, all these side quests with me. So one of more solo dates that I truly enjoyed. I learned very interesting things about myself and other people. Yes, guys, I have now become financially literate. I know you guys are thinking, oh, like, no. Guys, if you asked me last year, what are stocks? What are ETFs? What is this? What is that? Anything related to investing, I would have looked at you like you were crazy, like you were speaking German to me. I would have been like, huh? But now, I'm proud of myself, guys. I actually have an investment portfolio. I have a plan for my finances and I'm doing good. My savings, I'm just so proud of myself. And it's like, wow, look how far I've come. And guess what? It was a book. All of you guys, back in the days, how did your parents find information? When there was no internet? Books. There was a reason books existed. Go back to the OGs. Because some of those individuals, those 419ers on TikTok, if you want to learn how to invest, join my course, sign up right now, free. And then after free, they will then say, oh, you need to pay 50 for this, sign up fee, and then all of a sudden, wow, pyramid schemes, and you guys are signing up like, anyways. And all these big words these individuals were using, the book was so lovely. Give me a nice little glossary. I was like, so that's what you guys are talking about. I'm making it seem like it's some equation, simple English that you could have said, just simple. It means the money comes back. It means the money is invested. You guys are using accumulating. Another thing is learning more about myself and my boundaries, which I think I've mentioned before. But I feel like this, time, again, placement alone, I have really reflected. I've actually realized, that thing that person did, I didn't like it. I just said I did, just so, I wouldn't cause a problem, or so there's no confrontation, da da da. But now, I feel like sometimes confrontations are needed. Because if I don't confront you, technically I'm lying. I'm lying and I shouldn't lie. That's a sin. Because if you ask me, oh, are you okay? No, I'm not. Actually, no, that thing you did actually pissed me off. I'd rather we get out the way than I keep it inside and then boom, it explodes and all of a sudden it's like Taylor's overreacting. But I'm not overreacting. I've been mad, but I just kept it in. And guys, that's not good. That's one thing I can definitely say. Like me, no, I've seen that play out and it's not nice. Which is also why, but at the same time, I feel like my thing is learning when it's like me actually being angry or me just being overly, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, how some things, when you give it time, a day or two, and you clock, actually wasn't that deep. I was really angry because of something else. I was slightly irritated because of something else. And then what you did just added fuel to the fire, and all of a sudden I exploded in you, and it's like, it wasn't that deep in the first place. So that's why sometimes when someone does something, I tend to give it a few days, because it's like, I need to make sure I'm actually, like, it's actually made me mad, and it just wasn't like, oh, in the moment, I just, it wasn't as bad as I made it seem. Do you know what I mean? So that's why sometimes I like to give it time. But some people, if you give it time, all of a sudden it just escalates, Good habits, bad habits. I feel like, again, I said I was going to make this short, and it feels like I have like an hour worth of footage. You guys probably won't see the full hour, but I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've come so far. Like 1 point something K subscribers on YouTube. I started last year, similar time last year, literally. Like, but I'm saying last year like it wasn't the 31st of December. Like I really started this for vibes. I'm so grateful to everyone who has come on this journey with me. Like, look at us, another milestone. We've upgraded the camera.